The South Seattle docks. Leaving the Seamstresses Union behind, you head to the docks. The Ripper killed Sam, and maybe he or she slipped up with his latest victim, left some useful evidence. Only one way to find out. South Seattle's your typical industrial area. Grit, grime, and grey. The rain doesn't help matters any. Layers of dirt mixed with abandoned wooden pallets, repurposed into makeshift furniture for the day workers. Garbage collectors in the gutters of the broken down street. Disreputable is this district's middle name. Your destination, the National Transportation Safety Board warehouse, is located on a small strip of dock towards the less maintained end of the waterfront. Despite the presence of those who linger in such places, it's quiet as you approach the gate. Welcome back to Shadowrun. It's been a while, but let's get right back into it. We're after the Ripper, and this seems to be the way to go. Hello, lady. Do you have anything to say? Hey, you looking for a good time? No, but do you know anything about the NTSB? Yeah, the bumpers around here have been stealing old crap from that place for years. Not worth my time, though. Well, thanks for the chat. I guess we just have a chat with the guard, I suppose. Halt! Guard looks bored. He toys with his gun absentmindedly, like I might shoot something just on a whim to watch it die. Hey, you're about to trespass on corporate property. You looking to get dusted, street scum? Every time I see an etiquette grayed out, I feel like I should have taken that one instead of the ones I went for. Because I don't think we've actually used an etiquette yet, although correct me if I'm wrong. But if the game is anywhere well designed, there'll be plenty of use for all the etiquettes. Anyway, do we try to bluff our way in? Act stupid or be honest? Well, he does work for Lone Star, so... Well, I'm working with Lone Star on the crime scene investigation on the NTSB warehouse. Sure you are. And I'm Lofford, the King of Dragons. Beat it. Well, that didn't go very well. Can I maybe talk to him again and... Get out of here. No, okay, I guess not. Help? Looking for a good time? No. But maybe you can have some fun with the guard by the fence around the corner. 20 buys you a 5-minute distraction. Then I gotta get back to work and earn some real new yen. Alright, she's distracted. What do we do to get in? Oh, we can grab the ladder. It's a big gun you have there. Hey, that's mine! Who race ya, pack of wolves? That there ladder's rightful of mine. I'm not taking it far, I just need a little boost over the fence. Oh, you breaking into the TSB warehouse too? You see any of them airplane blankets or pillows? Snag me one. You got it, brother. Standard issue, ma'am. Let's wait until he goes away and then we'll use that one. I suggest maybe we should just rush it. Just in case. Let's use it and get... There we go. We're on the other side. Bit of karma. Let's make sure we're out of his line of sight. Alright, so we're in the warehouse. He's being distracted. What do we have here? Nothing so far that raises any eyebrows. A helicopter. Oh, hello. What's in the box? What's in the box? A phosphorus grenade and... another grenade. I just sent that to the stash. I use a lot of grenades while fighting. Maybe I should. Alright, what do we have here? Oh, let's try to go inside, I suppose. We've been around the outside enough. Transition to a new location. Continue. Confirm. The warehouse. Inside, the large grey warehouse is as typical as the outside. High ceilings adorned with girders and rickety catwalks top a huge utilitarian room. Concrete and steel walls meet a concrete floor. This is a place for storing things, and nothing more. Despite the quiet on the outside, the inside is a hornet's nest of Lone Star officers going about their business. In the center of the activity is the Emerald City Ripper's latest victim. With uniforms everywhere, no one stops you at the door. It seems this case hasn't leaked to the press. Yet. Lone Star or no, you've got a job to do. I should be careful. There's the victim. Oh, it's our buddy. Is it worth talking to these guys, or will they throw me out? Busy right now, Rythian. Talk to Aguirre. Alright, you got it. This guy who called me here after all. Took your sweet time, didn't you? Well, you know the traffic these days. Fill me in. We had time to go over the evidence while you were en route. Turns out this might not be a Ripper murder after all. I left the computer on in the office over there if you want to see for yourself. The victim worked here at the NTSB warehouse as a black box researcher. NTSB? The National Transportation Safety Board. This warehouse is used to go over the wreckage from plane crashes to try and determine what happened. The Vic was in charge of the highest priority investigation at the moment. We've gone through the victim's computer and his case notes indicates he was selling secrets. Idiot kept records. Yeah, well, scientists don't make good criminals. Tell me about it. Some runner like you probably offed him to cover up his corrupt master's involvement and try to make it look like a Ripper killing. Here's the office key. Check it out for yourself if you want. Cheers, man. I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea if that's the accent I used with this guy last time, but let's roll with it. Alright, I guess that's the office key. I kinda wanna check this place out though. Anyway, I'm gonna have a chat with whoever this is. Shannon Halfsky. You're not a cop. She looks up, watching you warily. I'm independent. What's your relationship to the dead man? The suspicion in her voice and her eyes departs almost instantly when the subject turns to the deceased. He's my brother. I'm trying to speak with him, but I'm afraid his spirit is too disoriented by its recent journey to answer me. You're a shaman? Yes, for all the good it's doing me. If I could just make contact, I might be able to deliver justice and allow my spirits... my brother's spirit to rest. I can tell you're used to shouldering a heavy burden, but maybe there's an easier way. She looks at you, the flattery largely failing to affect her, given the circumstances, but then inspiration dispels the dark cloud surrounding her. Perhaps. My brother's spirit is too weak, that's a given. But my brother's spirit may not be alone here this night. She closes her eyes and concentrates, droning a low chant you can barely hear. Yes, there are others. Other spirits who may be of help. Her features harden in frustration, as if she's searching for something that remains elusive. Sighing, she opens her eyes and fixes you with a stare. But I can't do it alone. What do you need? This warehouse contains the spirits of plane crash victims trapped between worlds. They wish to help, they wish to be heard. And I think they have something to say about my brother's murder. Lone Star won't let me in there, but you seem to have the run of the place. If you can find personal items that belong to the victims, I believe that I can summon a spirit to speak with us. I need at least 2 such objects. Can you find them for me? I'll do what I can. Now, go to find the objects first. Chat with Dresden. Yeah, I'll chat with Dresden, see what he has to say. Rythian, surprised to see you here. Let me guess, Officer Aguirre tipped you off? Suppose you must have made an impression on him at the market yesterday. Or your cred-sick did, at any rate. Anyway, surprise, we got another Ripper victim on our hands. Look like the business is good for Dial-A-Morgue these days. Ha! Yes. Yes, indeed. The victim's male, mixed Native American descent, age 38. Based on the condition of the body, it looks like he was killed around 2 in the morning. Cause of death? Unknown. Several internal organs were removed from his body after death, quite gruesomely. I'm not sure if the killer even knew what they wanted before they started cutting. Not much else to tell yet, really. He does have a lot of pre-existing scar tissue, so he probably had a major surgery at some point in recent history. Unfortunately, with the organs gone, I can't determine the nature of the surgery. Any idea which organ the Ripper was after this time? Well, the killer definitely took the lungs. The more I look at it, though, the other missing organs may just be eviscerated within the chest cavity. How's Officer Aguirre doing on the case? He seems like a real go-getter. Aguirre would have loved to solve it before McCluskey and get his gold detective shield. Plus, he'd love to see McCluskey suck it in front of its superiors. He's already tried to bribe me to keep information from McCluskey and slip it to him. I'm inspired by their tireless pursuit of justice. Oh, did you take the money? Do you have any idea how much this job pays these days, sir? I don't think a year's officer's salary is going to do much to seduce me into helping him. It sounds like the Ripper is taking a different trophy from each victim. Sam's liver, this guy's lungs, that lady's eyes. Any theories? Sorry, I don't do theories. I'm just a scientist who happens to prefer dead people. However, while there are massive damage in the chest cavity, I can see that the victim's lungs were transplants, which is interesting, since another victim's missing heart was also a transplant. And so were the eyes, and so were Sam's liver. That's the connecting point in all of this. Granted, modern medicine has made organ transplants relatively easy, but it's an odd coincidence. But as a scientist, it's just that. A coincidence. It's not a coincidence, Dresden. Once is an isolated event. Twice, maybe coincidence. 3, 4, 5, that's a pattern. This is only the third body I've personally examined. One of our other branch managers had on the other two. If I find that more of the victims had organ transplants, I'll let you know. Well, I know, I can tell you. I need to get that dialogue option. Is McCluskey getting any closer to a suspect? He couldn't find his ass with both hands. Tell him I said that, though. Who's that woman over there? No clue, she just showed up. Next to kin, I think. Alright, I'll take a look around. Good luck out there. Which door first? We're after these items. That looks like an elevator. There are things everywhere. You don't need to go right now. No, I don't, but the old poster depicts a svelte young woman posing with an assault rifle. We go inside here? No. Let's open this door then. We got here. Researchers' work cyber terminal has been left on, presumably by the Lone Star investigators. Check 95. Federal Boeing jetliner IDN 2305, blah blah blah. Corporate owner Aries. Mechanical issues. Altimeter negative values. Co-pilot takes over controls. Pilot leaves the cabin to investigate the rear of the plane. Pilot cannot be contacted or located. Co-pilot radios in a mayday. Plane crashes into an empty field in western North Dakota. Alright. 96. Pratt and Whitney unmanned. Corporate owner Aries. Redacted. 98. Corrupted. What about its private notes? Notes pertain to the NTSB 96, crash of an Irish jetliner near the UCAS and the CU nation border. The crash is reportedly the result of an equipment failure. Reading further into the investigator's note, however, you find substantial evidence linking the crash to an experimental Renrock research initiative. This information could be worth a great deal to the right buyer. Got it down on my PDA. Alright, but it's from the computer, I think. It's in this little locker. Victim's locker, door is slightly ajar. See several of the dead man's personal items. Check the toothbrush, wet from being used, smells of mint and cigarettes. Comb. The hair on the back of your head stands on end. When you take off its little shelf, your heart thumps in your chest. Hard. This must be one of the items the shaman was looking for. Pocket the comb. Right, there's one out of the two we need. We're gonna have to check this. It might not be an elevator after all. It's probably just maybe a decontamination room of some sort. I don't know. Okay, what's this? Large pile of old shoes on the ground. Could be discarded luggage or possibly shoes worn by the occupants of the plane at the time of the crash. Let's check the shoe pile. There are 3 shoes with no matching pair. A left blue sneaker, a right red high heel pump, and a left black dress shoe. Let's check the dress shoe. Black lace up with a rubber sole, high heel pump. It's a department store knockoff of an Italian brand, otherwise unremarkable. But likely the guy wasn't wearing any of those, he was probably wearing the sneaker. It's a child's though, and has a musty, sweaty smell. You get a sort of shock as if from static electricity. That's another thing the shaman's looking for. We have 2 haunted objects. And the other doors are locked. We can check this place first though, what's in there. Hard to say whether this is a heap of items and refuse recovered from plane crash or simply trash. Dig through the trash. A sticky substance of some sort seems to have seeped through the trash pile, and your hands are quickly covered with the stuff. Ugh. That's disgusting. Alright, we can inspect an airing, which has an intense primal fare that washes over it. It's another item. What about the lunchbox? It's just a lunch mug with a grinning troll on the front. Cred stick, 200 yuan. Not half bad. However, our hands are covered in some sort of disgusting liquid. I don't know if that was worth it. It's fine, we'll find out. First, let's give these items to the shaman, to Shannon Halfsky. It feels as though you have found enough objects. Yeah, here they are. You hand her the objects you've found. She closes her eyes and chants over them for a minute. When her eyes open again, they're filled with tears. Thank you. These items here are all I will need. It shouldn't take me long to... What the hell is all this? Oh, McCluskey. Brilliant. Officer Aguirre trails after the detective, only meeting your eyes for a moment. She's the victim's sister, sir. This is a crime scene, officer, not some Salish drum circle. Well, isn't it standard procedure to contact the next of kin? Ma'am, consider yourself contacted. Now get the hell out. Come on, if we stay much longer, I'm liable to do something I'd regret. Or worse, something I'd just enjoy. No, don't. We were just about... Got a chunk of karma at least, but come on. That man is an ass. She stares dagger at McCluskey from across the warehouse. But there is no helping it now. I should just be grateful that you were able to collect these items before these clouds carted everything off. Can we still summon the spirit? Not from here, I'm afraid. Spirits such as these have domains, to which they are anchored. We need to get back in there. Well, they're not looking good now, but do you have any plans for this evening? Little breaking and entering, perhaps, under cover of darkness? You sure you're up for this? Well, if it means your brother's killer doesn't take another life, then yes. Thank you. Now, since we have the time, we should probably enlist some help. They may post security overnight. And I'm going to go out on a limb and say you know where to find the kinds of people we need. And I'm just gonna smile to that. Good. I'll put up the money if you find the bodies. She produces a fistful of crumpled nuyen from inside a leather pouch, starts to count it out, then shoves the whole wad at you. Meet me back here at midnight. The spirits will be strong then. That's a cool 4,000, and looks like we can't actually get back in there, so let's find some people. As you start to leave the warehouse, your comlink chirps. The face of Coyote pops up on the screen. Oi, Rythian, you in the middle of something? Just getting jerked around by the Lone Star. Same old thing. I hear ya. I don't know if I ever told you this, but I was born in the Royale. BTL pushers like Stevie J ran the squats, ran my world when I was growing up. I remember. Whiz. I have a cousin, Gino, who's been missing for months. He hit the sprawl about a year ago and immediately fell in with some tweakers. Bad guys. They hooked him on high-amp dream chips and started using him for all sorts of dreck. I tried to help him, but he pushed me away. Then he disappeared. I've been shooting up BTL labs ever since, trying to find him. You're on a crusade. Maybe. That's what Mrs. Kubota calls it. I know exactly where he is this time. Got an old friend who eyeballed him herself. I'm on my way. Paco's with me, but we could use another hand. You in? I need you right now. I'm working the Ripper thing. I can't get distracted. I get it. You gotta focus. Paco and I will handle it. I've done this before. Later. I'm not sure that was a wise idea. Maybe I should have tagged along just to help him out, but I need to sort the Ripper thing out, and the longer I wait... I was supposed to do this thing with Shannon Halfsky. Anyway. Looking for trouble. Shannon's plan is the best lead you've got to find out more about the Ripper. But getting back into the warehouse is going to require more support in case the dreck hits the fan. The Seamstresses unit will have exactly what you need. A fixer. Finding this necessary middleman deal broker is key to most plans involving Shadowrunners. A good fixer is worth the nuyen. It's their job to have the contacts and know who's good at what. They'll put together the team you need. Magical support, skilled street samurai for the muscle, or a Nova hot decker for matrix work. Running the shadows is a life and death gamble. It pays to hire the best Shadowrunners you can. Let's talk to Mr. Delilah about hiring some runners. Cherry Bomb flags you down as you walk through the door. Hey, Rythian. There's a woman looking for you, Jessica something. She's waiting for you by the stage, Bellevue type. Wouldn't order anything. Won't touch anything. Think she's afraid of diseases or something. Thanks, Cherry. No charge, chummer. Why is the bar so empty? We don't get much action in the early afternoon. Just a few salarymen slumming Touristville. I'm hoping to talk to Madame Sinful and some die-hard regulars. Madame Sinful? That's what the downtown folks call Mrs. Capote. It's a Touristville thing. They like her to have a naughty name like that. Is that guy still bothering you? You mean my ex, Shane? Yeah. No, he hasn't been in since that last time. No calls or pages or handwritten notes either. Weird, he was so persistent. I guess he finally got the message. Maybe he'll find someone at that Universal Brotherhood of his and settle down. Alright, who's around? I just got in, but I think Coyote's cleaning the back bar. Mr. Delilah's hanging out in the usual place. The vendors downstairs came in a few minutes after me. Oh, and Bartlett's here. I don't think you met him yet. Who's Bartlett? John Bartlett. Big presence at the end of the bar. He's in the biz. Connected. You might want to meet him. I'll have a look around. Have fun. Hello, Bartlett. Full of life, with a quick smile, the man tilts his head and watches you approach. Hey, guy. What's shaking? Little of this, little of that. I hear that, I might have something for you if you got the new yen. Time is money. I'm listening. You ever hear of the Nephilim Network? Of course you have. And in the know guy like you has to have heard of the premier merc team out here. If you say so. We're a tight unit. We cost a bit more than the common rabble, but we're worth it. Right. Hey, Van Grass. I'm very busy. You show me something worth my time or you walk away. Data from the NTSB. Runruck would pay to keep it quiet, and ours would pay to know what it is. I got 800 million for something like that. I know you'll double it on this one. Make it 1,000. As long as you keep bringing in stuff like this, sure.